Vitaly was arrested a while back in the Philippines, but news keeps coming out. This is a compilation video of my recent coverage of the Vitaly situation. There are chapters in the description to help you find any specific story you'd like. With that said, let's get started. You may have remembered a few weeks ago, Vitaly, a Kick streamer, was arrested after he went on an IRL live stream in the Philippines and basically walked around doing things that the Philippines government didn't like, mainly annoying people, taking things that weren't his, and just causing havoc, which the Philippines government seems to believe are, crimes. And because of that, Vitaly has been sitting in a jail in the Philippines ever since his arrest. In fact, you can see his mugshot here. He looks pretty smug. I don't think he's going to be looking very smug for long because the jail that he is in is not exactly known for being the comfiest. Picture just like a whole bunch of people in one room, no air conditioning in the hot South Asian sun, kind of unsanitary. Basically picture the worst prison you could possibly be in, and that's pretty much where he is right now. I mean, I guess it's not as bad as like a Siberian prison, but I don't think anybody wants to be shoved in an overcrowded prison in the Philippines. No offense to the Philippines, it's just their jails are scary. In another sign that the government is not giving up on Vitaly's case, and remember, Vitaly might be waiting in jail for up to like 2 years before he even gets tried for his charges, because that's pretty much the average amount of time before somebody gets tried in the Philippines for this kind of crime, at least as far as I've read. But it doesn't seem like the government is giving up on it, and it seems like they're actually going harder on it than you'd expect. They didn't just arrest Vitaly for this. You see, Vitaly's cameraman has now been arrested. That's right, they went after Vitaly's cameraman. Let's take a look at this article by Dylan Horetsky at Dexerto. He says that according to a report by the Filipino publication The Manila Times, Christopher Dantes is also facing charges over his involvement with Vitaly's videos. Quote, as for the alleged videographer or cameraman, and I do not know how to say Vitaly's last name, now he has been charged, according to the PNP. A case has been filed against him. This Christopher Dantes, he was charged with unjust vexation in relation to RA 10175 and RA 9995 and the Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act. And that's a quote that they attribute to Claire Castro, the Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary, and the Malacanang Palace Press Officer. So yeah, you might notice that that says the Presidential Communications Office because Vitaly did even draw the attention of the President of the Philippines, who said that Vitaly made his blood boil. So he's screwed, right? Like, they're going after him, they're going after his cameraman, everybody involved. And I feel like the fact that they're arresting his cameraman is a sign that they're not forgetting about this case. Because remember, Vitaly was arrested weeks ago, which means that in that time, I believe the cameraman was out of the country and probably trying to, lay low, but they didn't forget. And I don't think they will forget. I think that there's a lot of pressure on this from even the president of the Philippines himself, and that Vitaly might be just a little screwed. I mean, he could always win. He could always be found innocent of his charges, but when the president of the country is saying that you make his blood boil, it's probably kind of hard for you to get a fair trial. So, do you guys think that Vitaly's screwed? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hey guys, just a quick video here today to talk about this picture of Vitaly that's been going around. That's right, Vitaly is not doing good in prison at all. If you need a little background, Vitaly has found himself locked in a Philippines prison after he went around the country causing trouble while on live stream. Basically, he did a Johnny Somali. And the Philippines, I guess, isn't the place to do that, as they locked him up, and he's been locked in one of the worst jails imaginable for a few weeks now. Those weeks have taken a toll on him. If you look here on the right, you'll see the before. I don't know why Drama Alert put the pictures in this order, but the right is before, and you'll see Vitaly has more muscles, he looks better, he doesn't have a beard. Meanwhile now, if you go to the after, he's weaker, he's smaller, he's definitely lost weight, he's grown a beard, and his hair seems to be going away. And when you consider he's in a prison in the Philippines, which likely has no air conditioning, despite the Philippines being incredibly hot, and is probably overcrowded because the majority of Philippines jails are, to the point that some jails have 20 to 30 people in a cellment for 4 guys. It's not that surprising to see Vitaly have this kind of thing happen to him. Obviously it's not good, but that's what he gets. I do want to note that on his shirt it says immigration deportee, and that does not mean that they're deporting him. As of right now, from what I've read, Vitaly was denied deportation until the end of his trial and after his punishment, should he get one from said trial. And on top of that, he was asking for bail, which apparently has now been denied, which means Vitaly is going to sit in jail until his trial, which could take months or years. The average trial case in the Philippines does take like 2 to 3 years to actually go to trial. I don't think it'll be that long in Vitaly's case because there has been such a national interest in Vitaly. In the Philippines, even the president said that Vitaly made his blood boil. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is Vitaly's screwed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does Vitaly deserve this? Should the Philippines treat him better? Or does he deserve to be treated the way everybody else is? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. There are very few people as disliked as Vitaly on the internet, and today we have a big update in Vitaly's criminal charges in the Philippines. That's right, if you watched my last video on Vitaly, Vitaly, you will have heard that he was trying to seek bail to get out of jail in the Philippines. Well, it turns out that Vitaly did actually end up getting bail. However, he's still not free. So what's going on? We're going to talk about that today. So what happened? Well, Vitaly here, he used to be a Kick streamer. And I say used to be because if we go to kick.com/Vitaly, we get a 404 because he has been banned. Now, what Vitaly did allegedly is he went and did the classic Kick streamer routine. He walked around the Philippines and he basically allegedly harassed people on the streets for his nuisance live stream. Of course, if you look at your screen right now, you will see exactly what happens when you F around and then you find out, because Vitaly, after getting charged for the things that he allegedly did on that live stream, he's been in jail in the Philippines for quite a while, and it doesn't look like he's getting out anytime soon. You can see the change that he's gone through in jail because, as you may or may not know, the Philippines does not have the best jails. They're overcrowded, they're hot, and they're known for their long history of human rights abuses. No offense to the Philippines, it's just how it is. Anyway, Vitaly has very much lost weight and muscle in jail. It's not looking good for him, and the local authorities in the Philippines are treating Vitaly's arrest like it's some kind of celebrity affair. They bring out Vitaly before all the cameras in a big press conference to say they've arrested him. The president of the Philippines has actually commented on Vitaly's arrest and said that Vitaly should be punished in accordance to the law. So it's not looking good for Vitaly, but he did get one little bit of relief. If we go here to this article on Dexerto, you will see the headline, Vitaly finally posts bail in Filipino harassment case, which is good for Vitaly because that's what he's wanted. He wanted to post bail so that he could get out of jail. But the second part of this title isn't good for him. But authorities keep him detained. So what happened? If we scroll down here, we can actually see exactly what happened. After posting bail for his harassment case, Vitaly wasn't able to leave the custody of the authorities. Instead, the Bureau of Immigration took the man into custody due to a pending deportation case. That's right. So they've decided that yes, you posted bail for that one case we have against you, but we're just going to keep you in jail for the immigration stuff anyway, so that you don't get to walk around on our streets. And I'm not making that up. The commissioner of the Bureau of Immigration, Joel Anthony Viado, confirmed the YouTuber would not be allowed to move freely around the country. He said, quote, he will not be allowed to roam around as he is already seen as an undesirable alien. Foreign guests are expected to follow the law during their stay in the Philippines. We will not allow them to abuse our hospitality and disrespect our people and our country. So Vitaly is screwed. He's already posted bail for the one thing he's allowed to post bail for, and he's still behind bars. He's not getting out anytime soon, and basically now he's just got to wait in jail until he's tried and figures out exactly what's going to happen after that. If he's found guilty, he may have to serve jail time as part of his sentence. If he's found not guilty, they might just deport him. Either way, he's getting deported, but given the average time it takes to see a judge in the Philippines, it's not looking like Vitaly's going to get out anytime soon. Is it fair for them to let him post bail but then keep him in jail anyway? Because personally, I think that's kind of funny, but it is a little mean. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.